Hey guys, it's Mark. How are you? It's a very crisp day today. Nice and chilly, but not too cold actually. If you're new to my channel, I use this channel called Freedom to Be as a way to share my faith and also to impart any knowledge, any skills, and real world life experiences that I can that could help you. Today, I want to talk about how to stop being a nice guy. And I am an expert at this subject because I was the ultimate nice guy. I think it was a combination of culture. I was brought up in a culture that was, in a way, people-pleasing, very people-pleasing. But the good side of that is, as people, we were also and are also very welcoming and very cheerful and accommodating. But that in itself can also be a negative when it's overdone. I had to go through quite a few years of unlearning some good traits, which if unchecked can also be a negative. Now, although this video is about how to stop being a nice guy, this is also relevant to you, whether you're a guy or a girl, because we're all human beings at the end of the day. And the advice and tips that I'm going to provide you in this video come from my actual experiences. Now, the first thing is we need to have a starting point. We need to know where we're beginning. And to do that, tip number one is you have to establish your values. You have to have a clear understanding of what your values are. Because if you don't have a starting point of what those values are, then you're going to be blown pillar to post and not have a clear line of sight of where you stand on things, where you stand on issues. Values equals principles. What are you prepared to concede ground on? What are you not prepared to concede ground on? Where do you have to draw the line? You can only know these things if you know what your values are. So that's step number one. What are your values? Now, I'm heading to my favorite cafe, which I love to do. And one value of mine is freedom. Another value is expression, creativity. So think about what those values are for you and have a good brainstorm with yourself. And once you've done that, I'd say put together a list of as many values that mean something to you, important to you, things that are really important to you. Make a list and put them together in one list. And the next thing is we want to break this down and make this list a lot more manageable. So I'd say that choose from those lists your top 3 values. Okay, so we're going to break it down. We're actually going to look at the top 3 that mean something to you or mean the most to you. They probably all mean something to you, but it's best that we focus on the top 3 that are at the top of the list. And how you do that is you take your time, you look at your list, and you start to just instinctively go to the ones that you're the most drawn to. So we need 3 top values. So now that you know what your top 3 values are, just having it on paper, just knowing what your values are isn't enough. I say the next step from here is to be a student of your values. Study your values. Try to find inspirational people in history or in the present that inspire you, that you admire, who are aligned with those values that you noted down. If you're a Christian like myself, that's very easy to do. There's a Jesus of Nazareth. There's a man called Jesus of Nazareth, and whose way of life is a testament to how we should live it, and very relevant to today. I would recommend that you look into his life. Just look at the historicity of his existence. I think it's important for you to be convinced that he actually existed first and foremost as a real person. And look to see how his life, the way he lived his life, embodies those values. Now, if it's someone else in history, that's fine. Just look at somebody that you admire and look up to and study how they embodied that in their life and how they lived their life in alignment with those values. So basically what we're doing is we're creating role models, or we're extracting role models from history that we can use as guidelines for how we are going to embody those values in our lives. Now that we know our values, and we also know, or we have an idea of the kind of people that we can aspire to who embodies those values that could be role models for us and guidelines, we need to establish for ourselves personal boundaries, or as I call it, lines in the sand. It's interesting because that term line in the sand denotes the limit of where you are prepared to go or not go when it comes to certain things, principles. And hopefully by now, if you put all of these things together, what you're going to have is a solid framework that you can rest against or put your back against, and be very clear about where you stand, who you are, and what you're prepared to put up with and not put up with. Now you have a plan of action. You have a blueprint that you can follow to navigate our relationships with people, our interactions with others, and also where we stand on certain issues. And to have that clarity is what's going to help you to still be pleasant with others, but not be a nice guy, because people know that there's certain buttons that they can't press, there's certain lines that they can't cross, and they'll know that because you'll be clear about it. I really hope this video helped, and if it has, please hit the like button and subscribe so I get an idea that this is the kind of content that you like and I can make more of it for you. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, and whether you're a Christian walking in the faith and a believer in God or not, I pray for you. I pray that you find the path that leads to happiness in your life, and also self-fulfillment and clarity in your interactions with others to help you become the better version of yourself. Okay? Speak to you again soon. See you in the next video.